Welcome to another episode of the Retirepreneur podcast. I'm your host with this week's executive summary for busy entrepreneurs building their second act business. Today's episode is designed for maximum impact in minimum time. Now, for our deep dive today, we're getting into something really critical. Smart validation for retirepreneurs.
It's crucial.
You know that feeling, right? That amazing buzz when a new business idea just sparks.
Oh, yeah. It's powerful.
It is, but here's the tricky part, maybe especially for us, with years of experience under our belts.
Right.
That excitement, that deep belief in our own solution, well, sometimes it can kind of blind us.
You fall in love with the idea.
Exactly. Head over heels for the solution before we've really, truly confirmed there's a problem people want solved.
And crucially, will pay to solve.
That's the kicker. It's almost a paradox, isn't it? Your experience is this huge asset, but it can also be, well, a blind spot if you're not careful.
It really can. You assume you know because you've seen so much.
So our goal here in this deep dive is basically to give you a shortcut. A way to hopefully sidestep months of frustration, maybe wasted resources, super important for experienced pros like you, maybe embracing that Pivot 65 idea and launching the next thing.
Yeah, making sure that next venture is built on, let's say, solid ground, not just hope.
Exactly. Solid, market-proven ground.
And what's really key here, I think, is understanding that validation. Well, it isn't about proving your brilliant idea is right.
That feels counterintuitive, though, doesn't it?
It does, but it's really a discovery process, sometimes a bit brutal, frankly, uncovering what's actually true out there in the market.
Okay.
Clayton Christensen, the innovation guru, he put it perfectly. He said, the customer is the final filter.
The final filter. I like that.
Yeah, what survives the whole development process is what people will pay for. It shifts your whole mindset, from selling to, well, learning.
Which can be hard, especially if you've spent a career solving problems, to just step back and listen instead of jumping in with the fix.
Totally. Which leads us straight into our first big actionable insight here. Lead with problems, not solutions.
Validate the market need first. Don't just assume it's there.
It sounds so simple.
It does. But get this, something like 42% of startups fail for this exact reason. No market need.
Wow, 42%. That's huge.
And it's not just for, 20-something tech founders. It's a lesson for us, too.
Absolutely. Experience doesn't make you immune.
Think about Retirepreneurs founder Kurt Rose. Decades of executive experience, right? But he almost fell right into this trap at 63. Had a vision, solutions that seemed obvious for other retirepreneurs.
Okay.
Worked hard on it for 6 months. Then someone just casually asked him, how do you know people will actually pay for this?
Oof, that question.
Total stop him in his tracks moment. He realized, I've built this based on my assumptions, not what the market actually confirmed it needed.
And that realization probably saved him a lot more time and effort down the line.
Completely reshaped his approach, turned potential waste into focused, validated action.
So this is where we need a framework. Maybe call it the problem first probe.
Problem first probe. Okay.
Yeah, it flips the usual pitch script.
Yeah.
So instead of leading with your amazing solution,
you start with the problem.
Exactly. The problem you think exists. Ask something like, how big an issue is this specific challenge for you?
And then just listen.
Really listen. Follow up. What are you trying now? What's not working with that?
Okay.
And listen for the emotion, the specific pain points. People don't usually give vague answers about real problems.
Right. They tell stories. They sound frustrated, maybe.
Precisely. And only then, after you really get their struggle, their frustrations, then you gently say, okay, based on that, here's something I'm considering.
So it lands differently. It's grounded in what they just told you.
Completely. And it helps distinguish real feedback from just polite encouragement.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. Your spouse saying, that's brilliant. Or your golf buddy nodding along.
Feels good.
It does.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell you if a real customer will open their wallet.
No. Validation comes from the people actually feeling the pain, the ones who might pay for relief.
Which brings us nicely to the second big idea. Deploy minimum viable approaches, MVAs, for that real-world feedback.
Right. You don't need the perfect, all-singing, all-dancing version right away.
No. Especially for us, seasoned pros, MVA isn't about launching something sloppy. It's strategic.
Testing the concept, the core service, with minimal time and money invested up front.
Right. You test systematically, look at Retirepreneur itself,
How did that start?
It wasn't some huge platform launch. It started simple,
Yeah.
a weekly newsletter just to see if people cared about certain topics.
Okay, gauging interest.
Then adding free value, like a course, building trust, but measuring everything. Who's opening, who's clicking, who's actually doing something.
Tracking that engagement.
Yeah, planning surveys, small group chats, before building out big paid things. The MVA just needs to be useful enough to get that honest feedback.
It's about learning at this stage, isn't it? Not necessarily earning big yet.
Exactly. Learning, not earning.
And what's great about MVAs for retirepreneurs is how fast they can sometimes get results because you often have that built-in credibility.
Right.
Like that retired HR professional example we looked at. Instead of building a whole consultancy package,
What does she do?
she offered free culture assessments to just 3 small businesses. Simple test.
Okay, low risk.
The result, 2 hired her right away. 1 became a 6-month retainer client.
Wow. Okay, that's not encouragement then.
That's powerful validation. She leveraged her expertise, gave real value up front, and the market snapped it up.
So you listening, you could run quick, low-cost MVA tests like this week.
Absolutely.
Think about it, maybe a simple landing page, just describing the service, the problems it solves.
Could set that up pretty fast.
Or offer your core expertise free to maybe 3 potential clients in your network, a focus session, not forever.
A taste of the value.
Or write 1 article, 1 blog post about the problem you solve, share it on LinkedIn.
See who bites.
Or even simpler, that quick win. Just post a question on LinkedIn about the challenge, see who responds, what they say.
Yeah, measure the reaction. Those little tests cost almost nothing, but the feedback is gold.
It really is.
And, we should mention AI here, too. It can actually be a useful, complementary MVA.
AI? How so?
Think of it as like a brutally honest advisor who doesn't care about your feelings.
Okay, I like that.
It gives you feedback without the awkwardness of asking friends or contacts sometimes. You can literally use a prompt like this.
Okay, give it to me.
Act like an entrepreneurial expert with 20 years of experience. Analyze the following business plan and provide brutally honest feedback with specific recommendations and modified ideas. And then you paste in your concept.
Interesting. So it helps you poke holes in your own idea.
Exactly. Sharpens your questions, spots blind spots. But, and this is key, AI helps refine the offer.
But it can't tell you if someone will pay.
Only real humans can do that. They're still the final filter.
That's a great way to put it. And it leads us right into our third insight. Leverage your unique retirepreneur advantages for strategic validation.
This is where that Pivot 65 mindset really shines.
Yeah. Validation isn't about hitting the brakes on your dream. It's about strategic patience, protecting your most valuable stuff. Time, energy, credibility.
Things you might have less of to spare now than when you were 30.
Right. At 55 plus, you've got advantages younger folks often don't. Decades of relationships, deep industry knowledge, a track record.
You're not starting from scratch in the same way.
No. So the validation conversation is different. It can be more targeted, more efficient, leveraging that experience and network.
Which brings up the idea of weighted feedback.
Weighted feedback. Explain that.
Well, not all feedback is created equal, is it? Your spouse's enthusiasm, that golf buddy saying brilliant.
Feels good, like we said.
But it doesn't carry the same weight as feedback from someone smack in the middle of your target market.
Someone who actually has the problem you're trying to solve.
And maybe has the authority to buy a solution. And critically, has shown willingness to pay to solve similar problems before.
Okay. So you prioritize based on relevance and authority.
Exactly. Think like Kurt Rose, the former CFO. Data over hope.
Right. Numbers, facts, not just warm fuzzies.
10 polite nods don't equal 1. Yes, I'd pay for that. From a real, qualified prospect who feels the pain. Quality over quantity here.
Okay, so let's make this super practical. How about a 15-minute action challenge for this week?
Let's hear it.
All right. Pick one person, just one, from your network who really fits your ideal customer profile.
Okay.
Schedule just 15 minutes. Quick call. And use a simple script like, hey, I'm exploring a business idea, and I'd really value your expert take on a problem I think exists in their world.
So framing it about the problem, getting their expertise.
Exactly. Then use that problem-first probe framework we talked about. Problem first, current solutions, listen for emotion.
Yeah.
Then maybe mention your idea if it fits. Learning, not selling.
15 minutes. Doable. Low pressure. High potential learning.
And for an even quicker win, something you can do, like right now.
Go on.
Open LinkedIn. Post a question just about the problem your idea tackles. Don't pitch, just ask.
Like what?
Maybe. What's the single biggest hurdle you face when trying to do the thing your business helps with? something like that.
And then watch the comments.
Yeah. If people start sharing stories, frustrations, if there's real discussion, boom. That's an early signal. You've likely hit a nerve, a real problem.
Those stories are your initial validation points. Love it.
So it all ties together, doesn't it?
It really does. Look, the aim isn't perfectionism here. It's about building confidence. Confidence that comes from data, from real feedback.
Turning risky bets into informed investment.
Exactly. Investing those decades of your expertise wisely, making sure this next chapter, your second act, is built on something solid, validated.
Building with certainty, not just crossing your fingers.
Right. I mean, what would you rather risk? A few focused hours testing an idea now, or 6 months, maybe more, building something amazing that ultimately nobody actually wants to buy?
Puts it in perspective, a powerful thought as you dive into this next exciting phase.
Definitely.
That's your executive briefing for this week. If you found value in these insights, share this episode with fellow retirepreneurs and subscribe to the Retirepreneur newsletter at retirepreneur.com. Follow us for weekly strategic insights, and remember, your most successful chapter is just beginning. Until next week, keep building.